Okay, welcome everyone to the product group conversation. My name is David DeSanto. I'm Senior Director of Product for our Dev and Sec sections. I'm joined today by our amazing group managers for the Dev section, as well as our very talented Dev PM team. Today we want to focus on any questions you have related to the Dev section, and as time allots, questions related to the last key review. So with that, we can dive into questions. It seems that people are still reviewing, which is totally fine. So I'll give you a couple of highlights of things that have happened recently while you all get a chance to add a couple of questions. For those who are not aware, a couple of months ago, we broke the ecosystem team out as its own stage. That was to give us a better focus on two areas. One is our integrations, being able to have better integrations with our partners and our alliance teams. We also wanted to focus on foundations. Foundations is made up of our Pajamas design system, our GitLab Tech Docs site, as well as other components that are critical to our success. I'm very excited about this change. It's enabled us to be able to grow that part of the company and be able to give a better usability experience for our customers. The Foundations work is in partnership with the UX org. And I'm very happy to share with all of you that they've also helped make sure that team can grow, giving us a dedicated developer on the Docs site specifically. Outside of that, the plan team did a refocus of their strategy. If you've not read the new plan direction page, it's well worth checking out. They've taken a focus on how to be in the collaborative workflow management space, as well as in the enterprise agile planning area. For those who aren't familiar, we actually did well in the Magic Quadrant last year with regards to enterprise agile planning, and we're very excited to be able to be submitted again this year for that. With that said, those are all the little highlights I had, and if you have any questions, please feel free to share them. We can always write them down after you ask them. Okay, well, before we disconnect, if no one has questions, Sarah, Melissa, you both were able to join today. Is there anything else you'd want to highlight for everyone regards to the group conversations and the stages you oversee?
Yep, I can hop in. The Create team is working on revamping the vision in line with the start of the next year. One of the themes that I'm really excited to bring more of a focus to is the notion of digital content generation. So for the next product group presentation, we're going to have a new vision that includes that. And I'm getting feedback. It's hard to hear me. Okay. David, did you get any of that? Can you voice that for me?
I did, yeah. So what Sarah shared is the Create stage is looking at what the future is of source code management. And they're bringing in a new theme into their plans related to digital content. And to give you an example of what Sarah means by that, today we're very focused on source code as part of SCM. We are looking at what that would look like if we were the de facto standard for movie production, video game development, TV shows. There are other platforms today that do that. And we want to be able to support all customers and all types of users. So being able to handle things that Git doesn't do well, example of that is does not handle large binaries well, and the diffs on that. So that's what Sarah's referring to when talking about the future of SCM and the focus on digital content. Did I get that all correct, Sarah? Okay. And then Melissa, you had an item you wanted to highlight?
Yes, thank you. So for the plan stage, we recently made changes to our categories to better align to analyst and industry terms. So now we have the team collaboration and portfolio management, team planning and portfolio management. So now we're working on the category direction update, so watch out for those. Something to highlight on the ecosystem stage is that GraphQL recently moved to that group. So now there's a single team under the integrations group that owns the REST and GraphQL APIs. So we're going to be working on a strategy to basically work on those together as a joint product. are my highlights.
And Sid, I think you have a question. And thank you, Sarah and Melissa, for highlighting stuff.
Yeah, thanks. Slide 20, we saw more trials, but no more conversions. Is that maybe due to this bug where purchases were not linked to trials, or is this post that bug? Are we sure no more purchases happened?
David, I can take that one. That is a slide from the growth team. So, Sid, I'm not completely familiar with that bug, so we should definitely look into it. But the way that the experimentation framework works is, since that's in the registration flow, it's attributed at the user level. And then we're looking for a purchase event from that user. So that is potentially one of the reasons. We are starting to get more complete data now, where we can look at it by the namespace that's created and seeing the conversion rate there. And we're seeing similar results still as this is still running. We're continuing to kind of trend that and watch it. So I think it is likely that we're getting people into the trial, but it's more, we're guiding them into it in a way where they're not making such a conscious decision to adopt it. And so they don't feel the need to kind of see all the value in the trial right away. And that there's probably still opportunity within the trial experience itself to guide people to the features and the moments we know that really matter and are that aha moment. And so I think there's probably more so that there's still opportunity for us in that trial experience to get people to see the value.
Cool, thanks for that. And if someone in this call knows what I'm talking about, leave Michael a link.
So if there are no other questions, we can give everyone lots of time back in their day. So are you going to add something else? Okay, that's fine. You got highlighted as if you were talking, so just want to make sure. Okay, so anyway, with that, everyone have a good rest of your day. Thank you for joining, and if you have any questions async, feel free to drop them in the product channel.